Did you know that the right fragrance can elevate your costume from ordinary to extraordinary? Today we're gonna go over the fragrances that help your spooky costume work, whether this is going trick-or-treating or going to a party. So let's dig into this. I looked online and I found 10 of the most popular costumes for this year's Halloween. The first one I'm gonna talk about is, so they're saying the #1 costume this year is a Shrunken Head from the movie BeetleJuice. So I was thinking, well, what fragrance would you wear if you were a Shrunken Head? Again, I haven't smelled a Shrunken Head. I'm assuming it's a little musky, a little earthy, a little bit just meh. So then it got me thinking, I'm gonna go with a heavy, spicy fragrance. I think spicy fragrance would be perfect. There's some really good fragrances, whether you're going affordable or expensive. For me, I would pick this right here. This is Black Iris from Homage. This is interlude Black Iris, so it has that interlude DNA, that super heavy strength, the power. It projects heavily. This will be great outdoors. This will even be good indoors because it has Black Iris as a note in there, which is a really sweetness that really kind of balances that spiciness. So with this fragrance, you're getting that spicy, but because of the sweetness indoors, it still works. So I would go with Black Iris from Homage, again from Joma Shop. I got it for something like $150. So you can get this online for a decent price. If you're looking for a nice spicy fragrance, check out from Homage. This is Interlude Black Iris. Next up is Lady Deadpool. Again, I could have gone regular Deadpool. I'm going with Lady Deadpool because it's a little bit different this year. My thought, Deadpool does not smell good. I do think Lady Deadpool would probably take care of herself a little bit more than Deadpool would. I want to go for a really earthy scent. Again, it won't smell like the greatest fragrance, but this is like 20 bucks. This is Encre Noir. This is a vetiver fragrance, and it is a smoky vetiver, so really earthy, really dark, really heavy. Again, if you don't like vetiver, you're probably not gonna like this fragrance, but again, we're going as Deadpool, so we don't want to smell the greatest. This isn't your time for the most amazing fragrance in the world. This is something that's gonna be powerful, potent, projects heavily. This lasts forever. You could go trick-or-treating, go to a party, go out all night, wake up the next day and still smell this fragrance on you. It's a long-lasting, very high-end quality smelling fragrance. Again, I actually don't like this fragrance at all. I don't think it smells good, but this would work perfectly for that costume. So I would go Encre Noir. Again, you're talking like 20 bucks. So we're not talking like a super heavy expense to be able to use this fragrance right here with your Lady Deadpool costume. Also from Deadpool and Wolverine is Wolverine. Why not? I love Wolverine. Now, Wolverine's known for his cigar that he has. I know Hugh Jackman really doesn't do a lot of cigar scenes, which is fine, but that is what he's known for. So I'm thinking I want a heavy, smoky fragrance. If you have a Naxos, that would work. Heck, Pure Havana from Mugler would work. There's a lot of really good tobacco fragrances, but I want something powerful, something pungent. I think I'm gonna go with Carolina Herrera Mystery Tobacco. Now, this is a pricey fragrance. If you want a cheaper alternative, you can get exclusive tobacco from Maison Alhambra. It's a dumbed down version of this, but this is one of the best smelling fragrances I have. Think amazing warm vanilla with a little bit of amber and beautiful tobacco. I love this fragrance. I'm not sure if amber is an actual note, but I swear I get it when I'm smelling this fragrance. But think strong, powerful, nice smoky. This is more of like a pipe tobacco. It's not a heavy cigar, but you know what? I'll still take it. I'm gonna rock this one. Now, again, another cheap alternative, you could go with the Cuban line. I don't have any of them, but I hear they smell amazing, great tobacco fragrances, and you see them online for like 15, 20 bucks. So you could go that route too. Either way, for me, I'm gonna rock from Carolina Herrera. This is Mystery Tobacco. Now, one of my favorite ones, and this is one that my sister actually wanted to dress my niece up in. It is the old cat lady. So we're talking that lady that just has the robe on, has a million cats all over her, wears an old grade wig. If I'm honest, I was like, what on earth would she wear? Now, I do not have the fragrance I'm recommending, and honestly, I don't recommend you even go out and buy it. I was thinking it's gotta be Chanel #5, right? Like, it's an old lady, she's full of cats, she's just gonna be by herself, she doesn't really care how she smells, but she still wants to be classy because she always remembers Chanel #5 being the #1 fragrance for ladies, especially back in the old days. I'm gonna go with Chanel #5. Again, I'll put the bottle up here on the screen so you can see it, but it's a good fragrance. Now, there are other fragrances you could wear instead. You could do something a little bit sweet, a vanilla. You can do like an Altier from PDM. Heck, I think a good one would actually be like, say, the new Valentino Gold, which is a beautiful Valentino sweet mixed with that gorgeous Strong With You DNA. So you get that caramel toffee with the Valentino sweetness. I think that'd be a great fragrance. Again, I'm not saying it necessarily matches what the costume is, because really we should probably find something that has like the odor of a cat. I don't recommend going out and buying that either. So that's why I was thinking Chanel #5. If your mom has it, if your grandma has it, just borrow it and just spray yourself with Chanel #5. If not, and you have like a sweet fragrance, I think you'll probably enjoy that better anyway. So that'd be my pick for the old cat lady. One costume I have absolutely no idea what this is the Hawk Tuah girl. I'm gonna put the photo up here so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm looking at this, it's a white cowboy hat with bright pink on. I'm like, geez, what is she gonna wear? Went through, like say Billie Eilish, the gold bottle, beautiful vanilla, but I thought, no, that's too warm for this. Then I thought, I'm gonna go BR540. I think BR540 from Mason Francis Kurkdjian is just a perfect fragrance for this. If you want a cheaper alternative, you can go with Ariana Grande Cloud. That one would work. There are so many dupes and clones of BR540 out there. You could get a really affordable one. Heck, I hear Target has one that's really affordable. So you can always get a cheaper alternative, but I love BR540. I think it's a great fragrance. And just looking at this costume, I'm like, yeah, this kind of looks like a sorority girl, party girl. Yeah, I can see BR540 working perfectly with this. So that's my pick for the Tuah Hot Girl. Probably saying it totally wrong. Inside Out 2 just came out, and they're saying the Joy costume would be a great costume for this. Again, this isn't necessarily new because, I mean, this costume was out when it first came out, but I was like, well, what would Joy wear? I need something that's uplifting, something that's just powerful, that's bright, that just smells amazing, that projects heavily, that isn't subtle, isn't like potent. And then it kind of hit me. We could do Herba Pura, or in this case, Amber Oud Gold Extreme. This is a gorgeous fragrance. This will last you 8 hours. Smells uplifting, smells sweet. It's heavy, sweet fragrance. I love this fragrance so much. I really do. I actually took it on a trip once and fell in love with it. And every time I wear it, it's just like, oh, why do I not wear you more often? Now, again, this is a perfect unisex fragrance. It is a sweet fragrance. It smells like Herba Pura. It is right down the middle, in my opinion, for unisex. Now, some will say sweet fragrances are more feminine, which is fine. If that's the case, then move that line over towards the feminine side. I still think it's a perfect unisex. This is not like, oh my gosh, it smells like a lady. This is just sweet, 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 sweet. I love it. So for me, if I'm going as Joy, I would wear Al Haramain Amber Oud Gold Extreme in this case, or even just regular gold. They're both so similar. If you have one, you don't need to get the other. Now, another costume from a movie I mentioned earlier is just BeetleJuice, like bringing back old school BeetleJuice. BeetleJuice, I picture smelling like death, like just really nastiness. And I was like, well, crud, what would I do to layer that? Like, what would I use to smell like BeetleJuice? Because I'm not saying going out and get like an Excusable Evil or something that's just really potent, really stinky, just isn't wearable. Because again, I don't want you to buy a fragrance that you'll never wear. So it's like, I need something strong, I need something really powerful. Now this, spoiler, this fragrance does not smell like death. I'm not saying this is a death fragrance. I'm saying this is a potent, dark, heavy fragrance that's punchy, and it is not gonna sit back. It's gonna be perfect to project heavily. And I feel with the costume, it would work. I'm going Philip Plein No Limits. Now again, I'm not saying this smells like death. Please don't take me the wrong way. This doesn't even smell like dirt, doesn't smell like decay. It's just a super dark, heavy, mysterious fragrance. What we're talking about this, if you're at BeetleJuice, why not? Why not wear something that just smells mysterious? Something that smells heavy, smells dark, smells just like something different than anybody else out there. When they see the costume, connect this with it, be like, oh yeah, BeetleJuice. And I think this actually would be perfect. This is not a fragrance that you then could not wear ever again. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this fragrance, but it doesn't mean it's a bad fragrance. It just means anytime I would want to wear this fragrance, I have like 20 other fragrances I'd rather wear. So that's the only reason why I don't wear it. But this could be a really good fragrance, especially at discounts. You can get it for a decent price. I'm not saying break the bank for this. You know, I would not pay full retail. If you have it, if your brother has it, your dad has it, your grandfather has it, somebody has this, and you can just use it, cool. If you find a sweet deal online, get it, cool. If not, look for something, again, smoky, dark, heavy, just really earthy. I think that would be the best bet. Again, Encre Noir could have worked for this too, because again, it is a smoky vetiver, and that one costs like 20 bucks. So you don't want to fork out the cash for this, which I think I paid 50 bucks for this. If you'd rather just do 20, go for it. Encre Noir would work also for BeetleJuice. Now, the next one is the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce costume. I don't have any of the fragrances for this because I actually looked up what do they wear. Starting with Taylor Swift, she's been known to wear Flower Bomb, which is from Viktor and Rolf. It is a heavy floral fragrance. It just blasts you with like flowers and so forth. I have seen clones of it if you want to do a cheaper alternative online. I think Fragrance World has it. Again, I'm not sure, but you could go Flower Bomb. Or she does Santal Blush by Tom Ford, which that one blows me away that she wears that. That's an amazing fragrance. Highly recommend that. Now, again, we're talking about 330 bucks to get it. I believe that's the price nowadays. This is not a cheap option right now. But again, maybe you have it, maybe your parents has it, maybe someone around you has it, you can just borrow it for the night. That is her two fragrances. Travis Kelce, on the other hand, his signature scent apparently, and again, this could be wrong, but from what I'm seeing, it's Louis Vuitton Meteor. Meteor is a beautiful, fresh fragrance from what I've been told. Again, I don't have it, I haven't smelled it before, I don't know what it smells like, but based off of the look of the bottle, I think it's gonna be a fresh one because it's light blue. I know colors can deceive you sometimes, but that's what it looks like to me. And I know some followers on my channel have Meteor. They say they love it. It's a great fragrance. And I'm sure people are commenting right now, no, Meteor smells like this. Cool. Thank you so much for telling me what it smells like. I appreciate all the assists, but apparently apparently those are their signature scents. Okay, so the next one, when I was looking up costumes and I saw this, I just died laughing. Like, this is the greatest costume. I hope all of you out there go as Breakdancer Raygun. Now, maybe I'm saying that wrong. It's the Australian breakdancer that went to the Olympics. Yes, do it. This is the one year you could rock a tracksuit hat and totally kill it. It would be comfortable. Oh, do it, do it, do it. I think it's amazing. I couldn't find out what fragrance she wears, and maybe there is somewhere and I just missed it, but I was thinking, okay, if I was a breakdancer, I would want to smell fresh, I would want to smell sweet, I want to smell clean. I want to smell something that projects heavily, isn't going to be obnoxiously overpowering and choke people out. It's going to be something subtle enough that when I'm moving and my body starts to heat up, the fragrance that'll come out, again, wouldn't go nuclear. Sometimes these fragrances, when you start really warming up your body, get really, really strong. You don't want that. So my thought was, go with Game of Spades Win. This smells just like Greenwich Village, which again, you could go buy 99 Greenwich Village. This costs about 50 bucks online. Holy cow, I love this fragrance. It smells amazing. It smells just like Greenwich Village. I get about 8 hours with it. It is a divine scent. This is sweetness. This is perfection in a bottle. Projects heavily, but not like clawing project. Smells phenomenal. And again, we're talking a $50 fragrance that has a pressurized atomizer. Oh, I love this fragrance. Yes, like again, and maybe it's because it's green and she's wearing green. I'm just like, this seems to match perfectly. And real quick, Breakdancer Raygun, if that is your name, however we say it, if you're not wearing this, wear it. This would be perfect for you. I think it would suit you perfectly. Beautiful sweetness, great fragrance, highly recommend. So if I'm going as, and again, pictures are up here so you can see, I'd rock this. Go, Game of Spades, Win. Now, finally is Wicked, and I mean Wicked Witch of the West. Why not? The movie's coming out. It'd be an easy costume to wear. I think it would look phenomenal. I had a hard time with this one because, again, this is a fictional character in a fictional world. I was like, well, what would she wear? And for some reason, gourmand fragrances came to mind. I don't know why. I just felt like a warm, sweet, powerful fragrance. Because again, I'm thinking you are the outcast at school. For those who don't know the story of Wicked, it's about her going to school and so forth. You're the outcast. You're the loser. No one likes you. You're friends with a Galinda, who is the popular, basically Barbie doll of everything. I would think that I would try and get something that'd be sweet to try and balance my outward appearance and maybe allow myself then to gain some friends. I picked 3 fragrances that are gourmand. They range in price. I'll start with the most expensive, middle, and then the cheapest. So the first one would be from Kilian Angel Share. I don't know, there's something about a crumble apple pie fragrance that would just project, have that warmth, that spicy, that sweet, that warmth, that warmth, that warmth. Again, I'm thinking trick-or-treating or even parties. This would just be perfect. I think this would be a great fragrance. Now, I know it's a little pricey, but this is worth it. It's a great fragrance. I think it's killer. Highly recommend it. Doesn't have the strongest performance, but it has enough to get the job done for this. So I would go Angel Share by Kilian. Next one is Symphonium by Xerjoff. I don't know, it's just a really warm chocolate with beautiful sweetness. For some reason, this just seemed right. Now, if you want another chocolate, you could go Chocolate Greedy from Montal, which again, if you go to Aura Fragrance, you can get it for like $55. It's crazy cheap. It's like the best the best Belgium hot chocolate. That could work too. This, on the other hand, is just a warm, warm, warm chocolate. Really deep, really depth to it. Great depth to it. And that little sweetness from the orange, again, not the scent, just the sweetness of the orange, just balances it perfectly. I think this would be, especially for a party, this would be super amazing to wear. And then finally, the cheap one, which again, I just said Chocolate Greedy is 55. This is 55. This is Montclair Pour Femme. Now, this is a unisex fragrance. Guys can wear it too. This is a beautiful, sweet vanilla with a little bit of freshness. This is going to project heavily, but it isn't so thick that it's going to annoy people. It's more like, what is that smell? And it is alluring. It's enticing. It just is so appealing. I love this fragrance. I smelled it last April, I think it was. I've been wanting it ever since. Finally got it. Took me a while to get it. So glad I finally have it in my collection. Perfect vanilla. So I would go this or Chocolate Greedy as your cheap alternatives. Those are the top 10 costumes. What costume are you wearing this Halloween? Can you comment down below? I love finding about costumes. I think Halloween's a fun time of the year. I think it's enjoyable. I love the parties. I love the events. I love everything about it. Comment down below. Have you tried any of these fragrances? What are you wearing? What are you going to layer with your costume and so forth? I'm going to put up on screen right here. This is an amazing video. I think that you're going to like the best. So hope you enjoy it. And as always, this is Nubs Fragrance. Talk to you soon.